Hello, good morning, everybody. Back at it on another episode of Can We Really Go Higher? We will soon find out the answer. And of course, the answer is, can we? Yes, we always can. There's always a higher to be had. Good morning, Julian. Buenos dias. Good morning, Paul. Hey, Bill, Squid, Matt, good morning. So, we have the market completely open and no real trend in play currently. We already had a little trend up that played itself out. We're waiting for the next move of the market. Buongiorno, Jonathan. Hey, Joanne. See if we have any key levels around this area. You have to go way back in time. It has been a while since we've been around here. All right, we got a couple unbroken highs. Let's see how close we are to them. That's probably the all-time high right there, I would imagine. Yeah, we are in the ballpark for sure. Still pushing up. If the market cannot correct here, we're going to have to probably widen this downtrend. Let's take a look at how NQ looks. It kind of already looks like it's in that trend. Continued upward momentum since the overnight. Yes, has that key level right above it. If it continues higher, we'll look at something along these lines, but the market did just open. Very possible that we have a push by the bears to try to get something going. Bears thought about pushing it down there, and then we had a new high. Buyers are already showing up this morning. Dang, Paul, you got some more payouts today? Killing it, man. Great job. If anyone else is interested in signing up for membership, would highly recommend it. If you're willing to work hard and get after it, it can speed up your journey to profitability immensely. Having someone there able to look over your shoulder, give you advice on trades, help you dial in your system. I wish I would have had mentorship when I started out. Ultimately, it's nothing fancy. You still gotta put in the work, right? But having someone there who's been there before, who can help you avoid the pitfalls, help you not waste your time on things that ultimately are not going to get you profitable, highly recommended. So if you want more info on that, you can shoot me a message on Discord. Don't message one of the scammers, guys. Go into the Discord, click on my name that has been posting something in the Discord. Jim, there is actually 3 Discord levels: standard, premium, and mentorship. And you can see all the differences on the WAP page that's in the description. Looked for a second like the sellers were going to try to push this down. And a little bit of a divergence here between the two indices. S&P already trying to hit a new high. Nasdaq did end up getting down to the 21 EMA. If it holds its support, I will be looking to go long. Yeah, premium is everything that's included in standard mentorship. Plus you get a live feed of my screen if that's something that you would like. So you can see executions in real time. But even without that, I do post my trades into the chat room for all Discord members, screenshots of what I'm looking for in the market, the exact setups I am hunting, what I need to happen to enter a trade, etc. Okay, we got our first bounce off of this EMA here. Hopefully it can pull back again. Already made a new high, so we're going to need another pullback. S&P is launching off here. It looks like it's going to test that unbroken high, which is all the way from the end of February. Beginning of March. And then above that is just the all-time high. Wild times we were in to have a chance to hit the all-time high. So we're going to need another pullback here on Nasdaq in order to get long. Interestingly, Nasdaq not super strong though. It is not launching up with the rest of the market. Either it catches up or we're going to have a little downturn here. S&P meanwhile officially testing that key level. In order to get long for me at this point, since we are at a key level, is we're going to have to get above it and then retest it as support. At that point, I will get long. S&P starting to pull back. And Nasdaq making a new high. They're swapping strength right now. Yes, kind of looking like it wants to try again. Nasdaq relenting to the pullback, it looks like. S&P is pulling back off of that key level. Pretty sketchy to go long now. This could be resistance. We don't know. So we do not want to assume that the trend is going to continue. This could very easily put in a lower high. And now we are off to the races to the downside. So just be careful here. Very tempting to take this long here. And certainly if we were not at this key level, I would take that in an instant. But I've learned to respect them over the years. Seen too many beautiful setups get trapped for that very reason. Maybe if we get one more higher low, I can consider. There'll be a little extra confirmation. Water fasting says NQ looks like it's ranging. You probably zoomed in too far, my friend. This is not a range. This is clearly an uptrend. Very important not to get to lose the forest for the trees. You know, maybe if you zoom way in like this. Oh yeah, that kind of looks like a range. But keep in mind the bigger picture. We're certainly in an uptrend. The main question though is going to be whether the S&P can get above this key level or not. S&P consolidating. Does look like it wants to make this push up. Again, if we get one more lower high, I will risk it even though we are below the key level. But right now we are not touching the 21. All right, chance here for the S&P. Let's see if this bar turns around. NQ also has an opportunity for a long. We had one leg of the pullback here, push higher, second leg of the pullback here. If we find support at the EMA, that will be our chance to go long. Not a strong enough bar on ES for me to consider. Basically like a doji. NQ dropping. All right, here's a higher low on ES. See if we can get this before it gets too elevated. See how this bar closes. That bar didn't close good. Let's see about the next one. Still waiting on a higher low here. Morning, by the way, Neil. Good to see you. I'm not holding my breath for this trade because, again, Nasdaq quite a bit weaker. It's had 3, almost 4 closes below the 21 at this point. Looks like a correction is going to ensue. Hey, DP. Regardless, I'm going to have to risk a higher low. It's a nice bar if it closes around here. I'm going to be reluctantly taking this trade. Again, I think we're likely in for a correction, but nope. Yeah, it didn't close green anyway. So good. Saved us some heartache. That's an inside bar. Not going to take an inside bar here. If the context was super clear, I would take that in a heartbeat, but again, we've already rejected one time off of that key level. NQ is weak. I think we're going to have a bit of a correction here. We're getting some movement around here, though. There's definitely some volatility. You can see if you would have taken that last trade, all of a sudden you're sweating right now. Oof. Ooh, this is tempting if we get this higher low. Yeah, I'm going to have to take that. I don't like it, but I'm going to have to take it. If, of course, it closes good. And it's closing good. All right, we'll see what happens. I don't like it. I don't like the overall context, but the setup does follow the rules. I'm going to stick to the rules. Just looking for one little push. Not trying to be a hero on this one. If we don't get it, like if it doesn't push up real quick here, I'm going to scratch out. DP, if you want to know more about my rules, I mean, I'm talking play by play exactly what I'm looking for throughout the entire stream, every stream that I do. I also have lots of videos on my channel breaking down my strategy. And if that's not enough and you still need some more granular detail on exactly how to get in, get out, a complete checklist and everything, check out the masterclass in the description. I don't like this, guys. I'm gonna scratch out. It's either gonna go up or I'm gonna scratch out. Took the scratch there. I don't like NQ's action. I don't like that we're right below a key level. It could very well work out, but not worth the risk to me. Watching this on NQ, right? Looks like we're about to close again below the EMA. Got an engulfing bar there on ES as well. Not looking great for the home team. S&P still making an effort to bounce up here. ES is reaching, man. It really wants to take this new high. And once we get above that thing, we're going to be able to go long with a lot more confidence. If the Nasdaq can get a higher low, that would be enough to get me in there. It's back above the 21. S&P, we're going to need an entire new pullback that we've made a new high. Bulls are just relentless today, man. By the way, I haven't even checked the news today. Fortunately, we don't have anything. So, no econ releases really today or tomorrow. Actually, the rest of the week, we don't really have anything going on economically this week. The only thing that can move the market is some more solid news out of the Middle East, but clearly the market is pretty content with what's going on right now. As always, price action is king. That is going to tell you how institutions feel about current events. No need to interpret the news. No need to do any extra analysis. They have trillions of dollars that they put into figuring out exactly what news conditions mean economically. If price is going up, that's what they think. They think it's good. So don't get in the trap of thinking that you're going to be smarter than the institutions. See what they're doing with price and join it. Currently, things are bullish. There's absolutely no reason to short. We're looking for a pullback and we're looking to join this trend. Now that we're above that key level, we don't have to worry about resistance. We don't have any resistance until this next high, which is like, what do we got here? almost 40 points above us on the S&P. So until we get there, we are smooth sailing, ready to take some longs. Hopefully we can get a pullback soon. One thing to note though, in terms of the strength of this trend, is that NQ's not really joining. Yes, we have movement up, but on the NQ actually, we had a close outside of this channel and a new high. It's kind of looking like the bulls may be done for now. And while the S&P was launching up here, NQ barely made it up, barely scratched a new high. So quite a divergence in terms of strength. The NQ needs to either join real quick and start gaining strength, or we may have a bigger correction on our hands. Either way, it's all bullish, not looking to short at all. Still watching on the S&P here. This may turn into one of those rallies where it is extremely hard to find a pullback. Now that we don't have to worry about any key levels, if we get any sort of setup, we're going to take it. Does not have to be perfect if the context is really good. So we'll see what the next pullback looks like. And unless it's violent, we're going to be looking to get long. Pullback starting on the S&P. See if we can get back to the 21 EMA. Come on, just get back to the 21 for us, please. All right, here we go. Here's a little bit of a pullback. At least it's teasing one. Would also not be surprised if the S&P comes back and tests this breakout area. Usually key levels like this, when they're broken, they get retested. It's not very often that you just break out and continue higher forever. Even if we're going to be bullish for the rest of the day, still makes a lot of sense from a price action perspective that we come down, retest this, find support, and go higher. Still expecting a correction on Nasdaq too, as the uptrend has been played out with a close outside of the channel and a new high. S&P is on the 21. This is the first test. If we get that second test, I'll go long. Actually, I'm just going to go long here. We do have two legs of a pullback. Quite a bullish trend. I don't like where Nasdaq's at right now, but it's all right. We're just going to go for it. I'm watching Nasdaq pretty closely here. Yeah, Nasdaq looks like it's going to pull back. I'm going to scratch out. We'll wait for the second test. Be much better. So that's what I'm looking for, guys. It's a bullish day. Again, absolutely no reason to short. The S&P comes back to the EMA yet again. It's going to present an amazing opportunity, and this is the kind of day where you could get a big runner and hold it for a long time. It will be nice once the markets sync up. Right now, Nasdaq not quite doing the exact same thing as the S&P, but we shall see. It's still early in the day. We got a lot of time to get a setup. I'm going to be hunting that the rest of the day. I appreciate you guys for joining me. As always, excellent to have you. Hope you have a great one, and I will see you soon.